Irish guy, and wow, just wow. Newcastle United are buying Sandro Tonali from AC Milan for £60 million. Lads, Tonali is supposed to be a man who bleeds the red and black of AC Milan. I mean, this man who's been obsessed with this club all of his life.
Tonali, you know how deep my love for Milan is.
Yeah, that was last September, when he just extended his contract until 2027, that doubled his salary to £76,000 a week. Although weirdly, he was still earning less at the club than Divock Origi. Yeah, Origi is the 4th highest paid player in the team on 83k a week. He scored 2 goals last season. He is a centre forward who has not scored more than 8 league goals in a single season ever. He's 28 years old. That man has got less than 50 career league goals to his name, and he hasn't scored for Belgium in 8 years. And he was taking home a bigger bag than Tonali. That would probably cause the Italian superstar to come home from work and throw a lampshade at the wall. Honestly, this man is being groomed as the next Andrea Pirlo. And then you've got a chubby Teletubby driving a Ferrari into work. This is a man who, while at Brescia, was hyped as the next Pirlo. Yeah, Tonali himself said that those comparisons were a burden, and so instead said his role model was Gattuso. You know, that angry little man? Essentially Gimli off Lord of the Rings. When he signed for Milan, he even asked for Gattuso's number 8 shirt. But what a signing for Newcastle this is. A 6-year contract worth £140,000 a week. I mean, yes, I know Italians don't usually travel well in the Premier League. I mean, this is only the 4th Italian in Newcastle's history. The others are just average full-backs. David Santon, Alessandro Pistone, and Antonio Barreca. Anyone know the last one? But just think, this man is going to be a defensive midfielder for Newcastle, allowing Bruno Guimaraes to play further forward as a number 8. Lads, when we think of footballing stereotypes, Italy is the country that's associated with defensive masterclass, and the nation we associate with attacking brilliance and flair is Brazil. Lads, Eddie Howe will literally have an Italian-Brazilian midfield. Tonali will do the defensive dog work, while Joelinton and Bruno will do the attacking magic. This will be one of the most balanced midfields in the Premier League. I mean, lads, last season, he was first for most games played, most minutes played, most chances created, and most tackles won in all competitions. Newcastle are going to have the 3rd best midfield 3 in the Premier League. They just are. But there's always got to be one spoil sport out there trying to ruin the parade.
Tonali is a good player, he can do a bit of everything, but he's not the attacking midfielder to take Newcastle's game to a new level, and he's not the elite defensive midfielder to play Bruno further forward. Bar Gordon, Newcastle haven't got a lot wrong, but this is an overpay.
This is from Dougie Critchley, who works for Football Daily. I mean, good luck to him. I'm sure he's a swell gentleman who doesn't have an iota of hipster blood running through his veins.
Players I'm surprised there isn't more interest in so far this summer. Maxence Carriquet, Team Coop Miners, Jonathan David.
I take it back. I don't understand. So Tonali is not the elite defensive midfielder to play Bruno further forward. That is exactly what he is. I'm sorry, Doug, but did you accidentally swallow a poisoned goldfish in your bowl of Cocoa Pops? This man is all sorts of elite. Can I just remind you that it was only 3 years ago that Newcastle were buying Nabil Bentaleb on loan. Someone who honestly had all the defensive midfield qualities of a diseased omelette. Newcastle fans should absolutely be dancing in the streets to tie up a £60 million deal for Tonali. This isn't silly money. I mean, £60 million for Marco Cucurella was stupid money. When Juventus paid Barcelona more than £60 million for Arthur, that was stupid money. But this is a brilliant deal. But wait, this Dougie Critchley slamming a Newcastle marquee buy. I'm sorry, but I'm about to expose this man. You might as well jump into a cupboard with Philip Schofield, because look what I found, Doug. I hope you're sweating, Doug. I have uncovered your dirty little secret. He is a Sunderland fan. Of course he's going to talk about Tonali, as if he just had Glenn Whelan who likes fancy pizza.
But yeah, Sunderland sort of from birth really. Went to my first game age sort of 6. Yeah, since then it's sort of always been in there, that Sunderland love.
Lads, you can't make this up. Look at what he's wearing. It's an Inter Milan shirt. So, a Sunderland fan who prefers Inter Milan is criticising a Newcastle signing from AC. I mean, this was literally his tweet from last week.
I've been touting Nicolo Barella as Modric's heir apparent for years. From my own Sunderland biased opinion, he absolutely cannot go to Newcastle.
Enough said. I don't care what club it is. I hate bias. So, I know it's been a while, but I think I might have to bring this back. Lads, I hate to say this, but it all comes down to money. Serie A just cannot compete with Premier League wages. I mean, lads, Tonali was last season on the same wage as Theo Walcott, John Joe Shelby and Phil Jones. He is supposed to be a generational talent, and yet was only earning a fraction more than Brandon Williams, some failed Man United cheerleader who now spends his days whining at Rio Ferdinand on Instagram. Honestly, I don't want to be mean, but this 23-year-old fullback is about as talented as a broken lawnmower. I wouldn't be surprised if he spends this season popping around Mason's house every night for FIFA. Why? He's probably gonna miss Declan Rice. Who are you thinking about? If I'm an AC Milan fan, then I'm absolutely, utterly fuming. Tonali even admitted last year,
I'd never make the mistake of leaving. I know what I went through to get here. I dream of becoming a bandier, the flag bearer, as Maldini, Franco Baresi were.
look, AC Milan over the last 15 years have mostly fallen on hard times. I mean, when I was growing up, as a little boy who was locked in an attic, batting spiders off my Weetabix, and being forced to drink my grandma's frozen breast milk as a slushie, when I was a lad, AC Milan were a powerful giant of the sport who were able to keep their best players. I mean, the only departures from the San Siro would usually be mid-table rubbish defenders like Rocky Jr., Martin Lawson and Fabrizio Colaccini. Yes, I know they did sell Anton Shevchenko just 2 years after lifting the Ballon d'Or, but lads, in 2006, receiving £30 million for a 30-year-old striker past his best, his debut season at Chelsea, he scored 4 in the league. 4. They'd have been stupid not to cash in. To me though, their turning point in Milan's history was when little Manchester City were able to turn Kaká's head. We moan about the Saudi Pro League now, questioning how the likes of Bernardo Silva can actually be tempted by enough money to sacrifice career ambition to go and play in a league where there's probably camels chewing the corner flags. But lads, in January 2009, Kaká was arguably the 3rd best player in the world and was actually willing to join a Man City team who'd spend Christmas in the relegation zone. He was ready to swap Carlo Ancelotti, a man who'd recently taken Milan to 3 Champions League finals, to go and learn under Mark Hughes, the future coach of Bradford. City had just got on a run of 2 wins, 3 draws and 8 defeats, but they were offering Milan £100 million and Kaká wages of $500,000 a week back in 2009. Bear in mind, back then Ronaldo was only on $120k a week at Man United, the same as what Danny Ings earns now. Kaká eventually quit for Real Madrid 6 months later, but since then Milan have always struggled to hold on to their best players, and now they can't even keep a boyhood Milanista away from the clutches of Newcastle. Make no mistake about it, Tonali is a cultured Italian. I mean, come on. Yes, he looks like the villain of Star Wars, but you just know he gets Sunday afternoon pedicures before tucking into 5-star pasta and wine. I mean, out on a date with a woman in a restaurant that looks like a set of Goodfellas. Doesn't he just look like someone who probably spends 4 hours a week frequenting art galleries while sipping on champagne? Imagine this culture shock when he suddenly, we eat a greasy steak bake outside Wetherspoons. Honestly, imagine this man trying to order a Sardinian stuffed eggplant on a Thursday night at Pop World as a bunch of sweaty middle-aged hens are screaming S Club 7 lyrics in his ear. Imagine this guy trying to psych himself up for living in Cowgate by watching Goal or Biker Grove. Flies him up if he sees that Mexican bloke crying about the dad from Ugly Betty, seeing him score at Fulham. This cultured Italian will probably be on the first flight back to Milan. So I can see why AC Milan fans will be sick to their teeth that they haven't been able to keep it. But I'm sorry, your club is a mess. This isn't the AC Milan that I used to know. Yeah, I realize they just reached the Champions League semi-final, but I'm sorry, if anybody on planet Earth actually believes that they are one of the 4 best teams in the world, you probably also believe that Cloverfield was real. You probably think there's actual monsters living in the clouds. They are not even the 4th best team in Italy. I know technically they finished 4th, but Juventus did win more points. Last season they lost 5-0 on aggregate to a team who finished 12th in the Premier League. Come on, I know they were in a Champions League semi-final, but let's be real. They only played 1 team in the knockout rounds who weren't from Italy, and that was Spurs, with Fraser Forster in goal, and who went on to finish 8th in the league. You can't blame Tonali for quitting, but it is kind of damning. AC are a mess and have been for years and years and years. Come on, do you need any more of a hint that things are not good at Milan than them sacking their technical director Paolo Maldini? Lads, Maldini is AC. This man who pulled on the Milan shirt over 900 times. He joined the club in 1978 and only hung up his boots in 2009. That is over 30 years. He lifted 7 league titles, 5 Champions Leagues, 4 UEFA Super Cups, a Club World Cup, and really, only 1 Cup Italia. That's a weird statistic. I feel like how Rio Ferdinand never won the FA Cup. This is a man who played in 8 Champions League finals, even scoring after 1 minute against Liverpool. His son is literally in the AC Milan squad. Even his dad played over 400 games for Milan too. The Maldini family name has been part of AC Milan since the mid-50s. Although honestly, the fact that the Milan Ultras booed Maldini off the pitch in his final game back in May 2009, forget about bullying a teenage Donnarumma. That was an absolute disgrace. Don't forget the banners.
For your 25 years of glorious service, you have the thanks of those you called mercenaries and misers. Thanks, Captain. On the pitch, you were an undying champion, but you had no respect for those who made you rich.
Maldini even said in his post-match press conference,
I am proud to be nothing like them.
Oh, that was such an ugly way to retire. But he finally returned in 2018, worked as a technical director, helped them win their first Serie A title for 11 years. I mean, he himself was instrumental in bringing through talents like Theo Hernandez, Rafael Leao, Fikayo Tomori, Mike Mainan. In November of last year, he was awarded Sporting Director of the Year at the Globe Soccer Awards. And yet now, he's sacked. So you can't be surprised that sort of behaviour is going to upset Tonali. Lads, Tonali was watching on the San Siro terraces when he was 10. His dad, Gian Domenico, was literally an ultra who went to every single match. Christ above, imagine if your dad was one of those hardened, unforgiving Milan ultras who actually booed Maldini. Imagine telling him you're about to quit the club just to go and eat burgers with Sean Longstaff. I mean, has nobody seen The Sopranos? I wouldn't be surprised if Tonali hasn't even told his dad for fear of waking up with a horse's head on his pillow. Imagine being Tonali, seeing AC Milan win the Champions League just weeks after his 7th birthday. Imagine telling him that one day he would achieve his dream, be in the Milan team, and would instead quit for Newcastle. I mean, back in 2007, little boy Tonali probably thought Newcastle was a type of birthday cake. I mean, that same season, the Magpies had been beaten 5-1 at home in the FA Cup by Birmingham. But he's made the move, and honestly, what a superstar signing. He is going to be world class. What a buy. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what do you think. Let me know in the description what do you think about Tonali to Newcastle. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give a like, share, comment as always. I'll talk to you in a while.